Well, I mean, hopefully they score more than 13 points because that was what last week's Thursday night game was. So hopefully there's some more points scored up than 13 than there was last week with the Packers and the Bears.
You expect, well, then again, the first week of the season, you don't know how it's going to turn out. Everybody's, starting over again. You don't really know how the results are going to turn out. Everybody's probably thinking, maybe a high-scoring game, and it couldn't be any lower than the Super Bowl, but it turned out to be that way. But everybody, I think, was just shaking off rust.
Yes, I agree. I want to say like maybe the first couple weeks you're going to have to shake the rust off. By week, 4 or 5, it's going to start to be a little bit more smoother. You'll see a lot more better football, as they say, than we will in the first couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it happens a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just like anything else. I mean, see, it's not like baseball where they have spring training games where they can bust the rust off before the regular season starts. Yes, they have 4 preseason games, but yet they don't start their starters in all but the third game, and that's it. And some of them didn't even play at all this year. So you got to bust the rust off somehow. So again, it takes the first couple weeks for that to happen. Yeah, they're gonna feed the ball to McCaffrey because I don't think the Bucs can stop him. That's what the Panthers seem to be doing. That's what the Panthers seem to be doing.
Nothing like his father, that's for sure.
Yeah. Cam looks pretty good so far. I know he's been shoulders and neck, and one half does the other with him. We'll have to see if he survives the season. He didn't last year.
Survived the season. How about surviving the first half of the season?
Well, yeah, that's true. No, yeah, I agree with you on that one. He hasn't. Yeah, that's right. To survive the first 8 games will be something for him to do that.
Yeah, just when you thought the Jets can catch a break, though, another thing happens.
Yeah. Well, that's like I said. I mean, I can't say this, Lewis. I mean, this week you got the Browns who, in my opinion, may have been overrated because it showed that they don't have an offensive line. And like I said, we can go back and forth. I think we've talked about this before. You can have Joe Montana or Tom Brady back there. If you don't have an offensive line, you ain't doing nothing on offense. And to see Baker Mayfield throw 3 interceptions, yeah, that's not pretty much what I think the Cleveland Browns wanted to see. Their fans, wanted to see that. I don't know. But they, it wasn't. They came out and got their butts handed to them on Sunday.
Okay. Yeah.
At least you guys got a chance maybe to go into Cleveland, and even without Sam Darnold, maybe you guys got a shot at beating them.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, you know what? Go for it. Because, again, that's why they play the games. We could sit here and talk on paper. We can say, yeah, that team will win. But upsets happen. Like I said, with the whole thing with Tennessee, I didn't have Tennessee picked to win. I had Cleveland picked to win, but I bought into, the Cleveland hype as much as anyone else did. So, I mean, like I said, they have the Jets this week. Both teams lost going into now, and now it's, they're both 0-1. So, I'll give the Jets at least a semi-decent chance of beating them, this week.
Yeah, but it was much more of a hyped-up game. Now it just looks like, almost next to nothing.
True. That's true. I agree with you on that one. That's very true. That the game could have been more had both teams been 1-0. Let's say that the Jets did beat the Dolphins and Cleveland didn't lay an egg against Tennessee, and it would have made it a little bit more interesting. Do you see any other games, Lewis, that are on the schedule for this upcoming Sunday that jump out at you that could be an exciting game to watch?
Well, there are quite a few. There are quite a few games. Let me just go to the schedule here.
Okay.
With the Rams, that's going to be interesting. That might be the game of the week.
Rams and Saints, yeah, that's
Rams and
definitely
Saints.
my pick. Yeah, that's my pick as well. Yeah, that was my pick as well. How about Arizona at Baltimore after seeing? Well, I mean, Kyler Murray led them back in the second half to it. Again, it's the Lions, I know, but still, it was a tie. I mean, he led them back to get them to overtime. So, I mean, you got to give him some credit.
Yeah. Of course, if you didn't drop that ball in the last 5 seconds, maybe you would have won.
That's true. That's very true. Very true. Well, how about Minnesota and Green Bay? You think that's going to be an interesting football game?
Oh, sure, and division rivals too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a game. Lewis, do you think that the Steelers can bounce back against Seattle at home? Because the Steelers are at home this week. Do you think that?
I think at home, yeah, they'll be able to bounce back. I mean,
okay.
It can't get any worse than last week you played against New England, so
Yeah.
It's got to do better than that.
Okay. And then you have Indianapolis and Tennessee. Can Tennessee do it again against the Colts, who we all know Andrew Luck retired and walked away?
That team is going to suffer this year.
They're going to – okay. I agree. I think once it was announced 2 weeks ago that he was retired, I think the Colts were kind of written off.
Yeah.
I guess the question is now with that, again, we can't judge it now because we only played 1 week of football. But do you think that the favorite now lies in Tennessee, or do you think that Houston can still win that division when it's all said and done?
I think Houston can still win that division.
Okay. I'm not going to say Indianapolis. I'm not going to say Jacksonville because the Jaguars.
Jacksonville, no.
Because Nick Foles going down in week 1, out for the season. They have a defense in Jacksonville, but with no quarterback, with Gunnar Minshew, the kid out of Washington State, that's not going to work. Houston should win that game at home on Sunday against them. So there's another division rival game too between Dallas and Washington. The Redskins played pretty well last week against the Eagles. Any shot at you think that they might take it to the Cowboys?
Well, being that they're at home, I think they have a more legitimate chance. But Dallas was very impressive last week over the Giants. So,
That's true. Yeah.
It can go either way.
And then you have Kansas City at Oakland. That should be an interesting AFC West game.
Kansas City's favored to win the Super Bowl this year.
Yes, they are.
Don't see how.
Well, okay, Lewis, what's your take on the whole Antonio Brown thing with the rape case thing?
It's a soap opera. Come on, it's one thing after another with him.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I was actually shocked last weekend to find out that New England had actually signed him. I was surprised. Let's just say that. Say the least. That they had signed him with the circus that surrounds him, because that's what it is. It's a circus, and I don't know if this girl or woman waited until he signed with New England to come out with this. I don't know.
Probably.
Guys, I don't condone sexual assault or violence or anything. So again, if he did this, then he definitely needs to, be out of the NFL and dealt with that way. But again, we don't know. That's the question is, we don't know.
Yeah, but we don't know if she's only doing it for the money.
I think you kind of look at that, Lewis. I think that's probably what's going on, is she waited until he left Oakland, which, again, the reason that he's not in Oakland is he never wanted to play for the Raiders to begin with. He knew they weren't going to win.
Yeah. They
weren't going to have a winning team. So he wanted to get out of there. And so what did he do? He played the drama queen that he is, the helmet situation, the feet thing first, then the helmet situation. And then he wanted out of there. And what does he do? He goes and records a phone call with him and John Gruden. And, that goes haywire and goes online. So he had already, pissed off the general manager. And now what does he have to do? Just piss off the coach. And he did that. And now he's, again, now he's in trouble with the law, so we'll have to wait and see, how that all plays out.
Yeah, but if it's that one thing with him, it's another. And I even said this last week that, okay, he signed the Patriots, but I don't think we've heard the last of the stories, of him. And behold, 3 days later, he gets into more trouble.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
So I was right, and I was not surprised at all.
No, I mean, like I said, drama seems to follow him no matter where he goes.
That's his middle name.
Yeah. So I mean, who knows if he'll. I mean, who knows if he'll. I mean, I think until he gets it in his head that he wants to play football and not start all this drama, then that's fine. But until that day comes, then I don't know if that'll ever come.
Never.
And it looks like the Bucks and Panthers are going to a weather delay because they are walking off the field with 8:31 left in the first quarter.
Lightning?
Yeah, lightning delay, yeah, because they're all
happens
heading
every time.
Well, and then on top of that, here I am thinking, I went to the USF game 2 weeks ago and it was rain, and now there's rain in the forecast on Saturday here in Tampa. So
yeah, but what kind of rain? I mean, just like a shower or two, a little bit of thunder, what?
Well, I think they said it's going to be scattered thunderstorms in the evening. So who knows? I mean, the Wisconsin game was delayed by an hour with lightning. So we'll have to wait and see the game. The game is supposed to kick off at 6:05. So we'll see how that goes on Saturday. Yeah.
I mean, because, sometimes we get, they say rain and thunderstorms, but, it's really coming down now. I see it from the tunnel.
Yeah, it was. They played that replay, and then they cut to Cam Newton, and then you could see the rain coming down. So it's raining pretty hard there in Charlotte.
You'll play in snow and a blizzard, but you won't play in lightning, though.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point, Lewis. That's a very good point. Well, I guess they're afraid they're going to get struck. I don't know, but I mean, I've never seen snow, and I'll admit that I've never seen it. But I hear that it's fun to play football in or whatever. So, but I can't be soft.
Oh, you're a native of Florida. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I live in Florida. Yeah, so
You're a native though.
Native, correct.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the closest that I can see snow to me would be Georgia or the Carolinas.
No, Tallahassee's gotten some snow in Jacksonville.
Yeah. Well, I'd have to go up to northern Florida, which Tallahassee's probably about 4-hour drive from where I live. So not that far. But yeah,
I've heard reports of snow there.
Yeah, I've never seen it, so I can't say. Now, do I want to see it? Yes, and I've been told that when it first comes down, it's a beautiful thing. But then once it comes down and you have to shovel it and get it out of your way, it's not good.
Nope.
It's not fun. So that's what I've heard. People that live in states that you have to deal with it, that it's not fun once it starts getting where you have to shovel it and move it and have snow plow stuff. Yeah.
Oh boy, that rain is really coming down.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Could be a long night, folks.
Could be. So, Lewis, what about the Yankees? Now that we have, 18 days left in the season? Not too many days left. 17?
Yeah. And it looks like a close race for home advantage between Yankees and the Houston Astros.
Astros? Yeah. Well, I mean,
race to get home advantage.
So then you have the Yankees and the Astros. So whoever it is, one team's going to play the wild card team, the other team is going to play the Twins, because that looks like who it's going to be. So
that's a tough one, though. I wouldn't say this is a walkover because the Twins are mighty tough. Well,
they lost Pineda for 60 games for him violating the substance abuse policy, so he's out, or steroid policy. I don't remember which it was that he got in trouble
Steroid
for.
policy, yes.
So